I think we're ready for you then.
All right.
I'm sorry, you made the motion.
No, so Gerald made it,
I second.
Jeff seconded, I wasn't here last week.
Oh, that's right.
Start there. Morning.
Good. Sat in the right chair today.
You never know.
You never know. Found out last week.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I guess with a great regret, we accept your resignation.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
But I know you're going on to bigger and better things to help our state.
Well, different things. We'll hope it ends up being bigger and better.
So it looks like, here by January 4th at 2 p.m. is your last.
Yes, I didn't know if you wanted to discuss the process, the legal process to appoint a replacement. We can do that today, we can do it a different day, whichever.
Let's
You
go down
gentlemen.
and do it today.
Okay. Well, within 3 days, official notice needs to be given to the political parties of our county, Republicans, Democrats, and Constitution Party, to notify them of the vacancy that will occur on January 4th. And then it's up to you to determine the time schedule that you operate under. The statute only requires that notice go out, but how quickly they have to respond is up to you. When you fill the vacancy is up to you, other than it has to be filled within 60 days. You could decide on obviously a much shorter time schedule. Some operate within a week turnaround, some a couple, some a month, just whatever you feel is the best and most appropriate way to handle it.
Let's look at our calendar here and try to see if we can get this.
And then Patrick, it's up to the new state attorney to appoint an assistant.
Yes, the way assistants are hired is, actually you as a board control the number of assistants, and then the salary is controlled by the budget process, and as set by the state's attorney after the budget is established for the office. And then it's up to the state's attorney to actually hire the person to fill the position.
Yeah. Will you make a recommendation? Did you say that, or?
Now, as far as, obviously, the appointment process for state's attorney would be done by the chairman with your advice and consent
Yeah.
of the remaining board. And then after that appointment occurs, I would assume whoever is appointed would accept any input on that.
So just to recap, if you gave us notice today, so the county clerk will send out a letter within 3 days, so by the 21st, the letter needs to be sent out.
Yes, I mean, you don't have to wait till the third day, but within 3 days, it should be sent out. And any other notification informally can be made, phone calls or emails, or if they've given you that contact information, you can also notify them both
So it
ways.
doesn't have to be a letter.
I would recommend doing at least a letter and then maybe adding to it. That way, there's no misconception of what's occurred.
Would y'all want to kind of speed the process up and get it done as quick as possible?
I think I should.
Okay, so if she sends a letter out, and our next meeting is going to be on the 26th on a Wednesday due to the holiday. So maybe in that letter, she could say, if they have any recommendations to have here by Wednesday the 26th, say about 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's lawful to do.
Okay, you all good with that? That way we know any recommendations. And then we can make the decision, it would be on the agenda for us to make a decision on January the 2nd, the following Wednesday. We'll put it on the agenda for, say, 10 a.m. And we'll make a decision then. That way, that's prior to him leaving. That way, if there needs to be anything said or done.
Whatever would help transition and,
You all good with that?
I'm good with it.
Okay. I guess that's our plan then.
well, if you have any other questions for me, obviously, I'm gonna be here till at least, the 4th, and I'll be around even after that. If you need anything, I'll be happy to answer whatever I can for you.
You want to stay till 4 p.m. on the 4th?
Might make it a full day, right?
So you're up at 2 or how does it
Well, I
work?
was thought it'd take a couple hours.
Yeah.
You know, maybe.
We're gonna do all the money's worth.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Just messing with you.
Well, I just want to thank, you know, we're just now getting to work together, but I believe good things will happen with you on the board, and I thank both Jason and Gerald for the opportunity that you've given me and the help in working together. I think
You've done a good job.
well, I appreciate that, and I've enjoyed working with you, and I think we've done a lot of good for the county together.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know there's going to be good things for you too, so,
Thank you, Pat.
thank you. Appreciate
Good
it.
luck with your future endeavors.
I'm going to need all the luck I can get.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Oh.
Okay.
Sheriff? What's that now? Yeah, I'll do my thing.
There's one on there that really needs to be taken care of, that's one that's highlighted, West Kentucky Glass. It comes out of contingencies, but it was, inmates damaged some glass over there.
Mm.
It's going through the court system, we'll get restitution, but it may be a year before we get it.
We already get some restitution.
Yeah.
That's good.
Started being everybody.
And
What
it's
glass, Ted, did they break?
one in the visitation room and the other one goes between the dispatch and the jail. We put them in between the two doors before they go back to the jail. Stuff's like this thick.
Oh, really?
How they break it, I don't know.
Bulletproof, didn't it?
Some of it is, yeah.
And they still.
Can they pay for it?
It'll be in the restitution order, whether we get anything out of them or not.
You have a medical bill with them too, or is it?
No, they didn't have to go to the hospital, which is amazing. Breaking hands.
You need anger management, doesn't it?
He broke that, so imagine what he did to that dude's head.
Yeah.
You all pretty full?
Yes, we are full.
Mid-40s?
What's today, Tuesday? It's probably around 40 today. It'll go up as the week goes on. I think the judge released some yesterday for the holidays.
How's all the vehicles and everything?
But now they're doing good. Our new truck should be in, I hope, a couple of weeks. And I was told maybe by the end of January, we'll know about the grant that we've got coming up for next year, so maybe we get a new one out of the grant.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Good week.
Y'all got anything? No?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ted.
Thanks, Ted.
Jason, Mr. Chris Thompson, he's got 13 hours of IT work. What did he got back there? I'm interested in where he worked at.
Okay, you got it, notice good.
Yeah.
That's why he's there.
Yeah, but he fixed an issue.
Joel, they met a nice spot this morning.
I don't know, I'm sure they did.
did an awful good job out there. I'm not missing road, so we've done that plan. That psycho.
I'm not really sure where they're working on, no
Um,
mission.
Jim Travis, I believe. But I think Junior Kruger owns it. Almost to the highway there on the far end. Good job, that's good.
You might be one of the warmest Christmases they said in a long time, we might have.
One of the top 5, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Don't have to be out there doing salting or nothing.
Nice.
Yeah. And by the time the kids gotta go back to school, big snow for them.
I know they said this morning it's supposed to maybe be quite rainy after Christmas is over.
Yeah.
I'll just list of the locations we went to. That was the last round. I've got another round in, and I think she's making signs.
Jeff and Gerald see that, they say someone's called, but them are signs has already been put up. You want to talk about that amendment, what you said? I know you explained that you could always move that money back if you don't need it.
Yeah, if we want to create the, I guess just to refresh everybody's memory, we were gonna put an item on the, in our budget, a line item to, enable us to do building and grounds maintenance if ever needed. We don't have a line item currently in the budget for that, and I was gonna create one and put an amount of $20,000 in there, and it's, again, it's nothing that we have to spend the money on, it's just something that's, if anything's ever needed, where we have to have an outside contractor come in and do any repairs or do any fixing of anything at our facility, we have a line item to take care of it.
But, I think our concern was, we, like Jeff said, we want to focus on the roads, right? And, Jeff said that, I guess, last time, but you could always move that money back if we don't use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just making sure that we weren't moving forward with a roof, is all I was doing,
Yeah,
because
no,
without
I mean-
Jason's consent, and we've already spoke about.
Yeah, we you got plenty of time to decide on that, and we're not gonna move forward with that right now.
Yeah,
And,
I knew that after you and I spoke, but the reason I said we needed to wait till he come back, just, I understand, and I apologize.
You know, I've been thinking about that roof. As far as I know, it's not leaking, is it?
No.
Why don't we just put those things back on there? Maybe we get another year or two.
Well, you saw what I was talking about,
No, I haven't.
it's not just as easy as that, I don't think. I mean, yeah, somebody might be able to do it, but I mean, it's like,
They're like in the
if I
center
had to
where you-
guess, there's probably 25, 30 shingles missing in various places. It just kind of looks speckled all over. You know, there's multiple layers of roof up there, so
Was it two, though, is it two?
that's what the people that's giving me quotes said there were two up there. There's also some gutter and fascia falling down to the back. I've already had some final siding blow off in the back too, so I'm gonna have to get our own guys to do some repairs on it very soon if we don't make any other arrangements.
Probably those roofers can make those repairs too, most of them are carpenters, I think.
I think I was gonna keep it, I was just passing around, let everybody see it.
But anyway, if that's, we've made it all these years without this line item, but I was just gonna put it in there in case we needed it, you know, if we end up making other arrangements for fixing the roof and some other things, I'm not all in that big of a hurry to do this, but we can do it right now. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna spend the money, is what I'm saying. I mean, the 20,000 we were gonna put in there is basically just an amount of money that's coming from our reserves. So if I don't spend it, it's gonna stay in our reserves, so. I'd be happy to include it in there just in case we ever need it in the future. There's multiple line items that we rarely use, like there's a line item in there called debt retirement. You know? I couldn't tell you the last time we borrowed any money to pay back a loan, you know. I mean, it's always been, I budgeted zero for it, and it's just an item in there. So, it's not a big deal if we do this, in my opinion.
Well, do you want us to move forward with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be good.
I'll just make a motion then to accept, the amendment on the highway department as written.
I'll second.
Okay.
And this is a copy of the amended budget sheet. That's your copy. I've got a copy back at home. I guess I don't really have much of anything else other than, I was gonna ask y'all when, since next week and the week after, our meetings are falling on Christmas and
Wednesdays,
New Year.
we're gonna meet on Wednesdays.
Both weeks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Of course, the one that, you know, we always run into that deal about getting paychecks in 2 weeks. Is that gonna be available?
You'll get your
31st?
paychecks on Monday, the 31st.
Okay. got it.
That's usually a question.
Uh-huh.
That's usually a question.
It is.
Everybody's been asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's, doesn't matter to me one way or the other. So, and really, a lot of the guys, it doesn't matter one way or the other. There's a few though that it doesn't matter. Man, I don't really think I have anything unless you all do. Yeah, one thing, just to, Patrick's elected one of our representatives now, and I'm gonna talk to him sometime about, I'm gonna talk to him today probably about gearing forward to all of the members of IACE, Illinois Association of County Engineers, have come up with some ideas and different proposals of how how much money that would get us back to where we're operating better as far as counties and townships and road districts and everything else. And they've asked all of us to talk to our boards and talk to whatever representatives we can get a hold of, because there's a lot of talk that there may be a new capital bill, highway bill proposed and voted on this year.
On the gas
in the state
tax.
government. Well, that's gonna have to be part of it, but
I was reading about that, it was like 30 or 40 cent tax increase.
there's multiple proposals out there and nobody has actually put one on the floor to vote on yet. And that's, I'm gonna talk to Patrick about it since he's going up there and being part of the voting process. If you guys wanted for me to kind of give you a presentation on what the Association of County Engineers is after, I can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to allocate some time at a different meeting or what.
You just wanted to try to discuss it next meeting?
I can.
Okay. So when I read about it, it said that it was looking at 30 to 40 cents, but Cook County was wanting like 60% or 70% of revenue though. Come back to them.
And I don't know where you read it and what source that came from.
And I don't know if that's accurate.
The fact is, as far as the Association of County Engineers, I mean, Cook County is going to play a major role in this. They get, when money comes through the motor fuel tax distribution formula, it's already set up and it's been this way for years. There's certain percentages given to Cook County and all the other counties and all the municipalities in the state and all the townships and road districts in the state. And nobody's proposing to redo that formula. They're just proposing to use that same formula. It's just putting an extra huge lump of money into the formula so that it can be distributed to us, is what it amounts to. There may be other proposals out there that are aiming to revamp the formulas, which I don't know of those, if there are any out there, but there may be. So, but yes, Cook County is a major part of that. I mean, they're probably, Cook County gets almost an equal amount as all the other 101 counties in the state. I'll just put it that way. That's per formula though, percentage wise. But I can organize something a little better, take about 15 minutes to go over it or something next meeting. So, do talk to any politicians, Patrick or otherwise. I mean, you can I'll give you some handouts and you can present the same thing to them if you agree with it. It's all, there's no way that you can get this extra lump of money that they're wanting to ask for though without some type of revenue increase somewhere. So, whether that be in addition to the gas tax or whether that be some other kind of fee or whether it be whatever, I don't know. I know that the Illinois Association of County Engineers is probably on board with the gas tax increase. It's kind of user based. I mean, if you look at that, that's how much you pay. It's not tied to anything else. All righty then.
Joe, that Mike. Can't think of his last name now. Down there on Spring Road, I believe it is. Has that washout.
I went by to look at it. And Gerald, that's just nothing that I think we need to get right on. I mean, there's nothing.
Well, no, I
bad
mean,
happening there.
He's called me 2 or 3 times, but
And honestly, it's really for his field, not for our ditch.
yeah.
I don't understand why property owners just don't do that work themselves, to be honest with you.
It's your ditch, it's causing his field to wash out.
Yeah, but it's draining his property.
No,
His
no.
property comes to the ditches, and the ditches get full because of all the adjacent properties.
But it's coming off the neighbor's property.
Okay. Drainage is drainage. I mean, I understand, but everybody wants us to solve all their problems, and we got a lot of other problems.
Yeah, I know.
What about the Reapy Ridge? Did you check it?
Uh,
By Shelton Bridge, by the bridge there,
Yeah, I told them that now, I thought they went out there and
Okay,
fixed
I
it.
didn't, I don't know, I'm asking, I haven't looked.
Yeah, they went out there that last Tuesday, I think, to do it, but they may have not hit the right spot. I'm not guaranteeing that, but I told them about it.
I don't think, I was up there less than a week ago, Joe, I think that, I don't think it's a pothole, I think it's where it's sunk in. And I don't know if you have to cut it out to repair it or what.
You talking about Reapy Ridge?
Yeah, it's like a sinkhole there. Now, that's what I saw, maybe another. I believe that's the one, because I hit it every time. As soon as you cross the bridge, on the left side, you hit the depression there.
Well,
I don't know if
it
you-
wasn't right across the bridge where they told me they fixed a hole in the road that was 50, 100 feet away from the bridge. Maybe they didn't make the right spot.
Well, that may have been the one.
He said he was gonna paint it, I don't know, did they say anything about it was painted or anything, or any kind of marking around it?
I didn't-
The way he spoke, the way he told me it was off the edge of the road, like whenever you're going around the curve, the tire will drop off, but.
On the edge of the road, okay. Well, I don't think they fixed that. They fixed the hole right in the middle of the road.
Okay. And that may be it, I'll call him and I'll double check and I'll let you know, I'll send you a text. I'll call him here today and find out.
Right.
Gerald, in case you see me.
There's two more somewhere.
I bet they got mixed in, but there was one that wasn't with the regular phone. You got any Jason over there?
I don't think I did.
There's one with a check on the front of it. And then
Jason, explain it to me, or maybe I don't need to explain, but
Okay. I don't know.
see what's his salary?
Yeah.
I'd already signed it, and then I reread it, I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah, I don't know.
because we were speaking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
There's,
I mean, I don't remember us doing that in the past. I don't know if we have or not. Maybe we have. I don't think about it.
Oh, I don't know.
because it's, remember, you know how the.
Yeah.
there's still somewhere out here. One says Township Bridge Program on it, one says
I saw it.
Township Motor.
I bet
Fuel.
Jason got it over there.
Thank you, Gerald. Throw me under the bus. Let's see, maybe I have.
My understanding is it says salary when they don't get overtime, don't get holiday pay.
I didn't even know he was employed through there. That's
Oh,
because we were having that discussion yesterday in the budget. I mean, I don't know, maybe it is, but I was,
no, I was thinking this was for,
Sheriff's Department.
okay, well, maybe it is, but,
right.
but
yeah,
it,
I
but
see
look
that.
up there where it says,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
it just shows that it's going through.
I don't have it over here. Got it. Sure, it's not over there.
What's it supposed to say?
There's one that says Township Bridge Program on it, and one that says
I think I
Township
signed it.
Motor Fuel.
You mean, you're sure you don't have them clipped together?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But right there.
It was sent over, it was sent over from here. I hadn't went through this yet.
My fault.
No, well, no, it's mine.
Thank you.
It was sent over. I haven't signed that stuff yet. time we'll have to put like little yellow stickers on them or something.
Merry Christmas, Dad.
Thank you, Doug.
Gerald was right. I mean, which I just told him I didn't have anything in front of me yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at home, I was driving down the road, and he called me, headed to the ball game, I didn't have anything. Any information.
Joey, how are you?
I'm running behind this morning, as you can see.
It's okay.
I am on elementary and
So what's that 109,699? Is that payroll?
That was the remainder of it.
Huh?
That was the remainder after the reimbursement
From who? I'm sorry.
from the different departments.
Okay. So like, I think payroll was 129,668.
It was.
So what you did is you took, I'm just trying to figure out your math here.
Just JJ's math.
Well, okay. Someone's math's from the
Somebody's
Treasurer's
math.
office.
We got 88,000 from the Illinois funds transferred in.
Okay.
And then we had reimbursements from the highway department and the other departments that we'd already received yesterday from payroll reimbursements, you know, like IMRF and all that. And so, that leaves us a balance of 1,351.52.
Well, I guess what I'm asking, if payroll was 129,668, you have 109,699. At 20,000, where's that difference at?
That's from, where JJ took, we had, some reimbursements from, different office holders, like downstairs, we had some reimbursements for salary from, some part-time help, and then we had the benefits, everybody being held out a check. That was all rolled into it.
Okay.
Reimbursements for some salaries that came in.
But we just don't have that wrote down, those individual ones, what it was.
I can go get it for you.
Well, usually what we try to do is say, okay, we get payroll, and then we back it out, like where we got money from.
Oh, okay.
So that way we
That's
kinda-
what y'all want for the future reference?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. That's
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all.
And I know we received this 88,000, but what else is left out there, and when do you think we'll get that? 'Cause-
Well, I checked a while ago with Illinois Funds, and they received, there's another, it came in yesterday. We have another like 77,000 in there now.
okay. What is that from, do you know?
No, because I have to get on the other comptroller's website to find out which vendor it's from.
Okay.
And that's what I was working on, to find
Alright.
out which one goes where.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because usually, we're at the 18th, so we usually receive, majority of all the money by the 10th of the month.
Mhm.
So I know you're just trying to get access to it, and you're waiting on that password.
I actually received the password this morning.
Good.
Yes,
So
that's
now you
what I
have
was-
access to it all?
Yes,
Good.
yes.
Okay. Hopefully we can get that and start paying some bills and get back on track.
Yeah. That's what I was talking, that's why I'm running late. I was talking to them on the phone, actually.
Good.
To get that finished up. But I'll bring you the list that JJ has,
All
as
right.
to what are all the details. Okay. So I'll remember that in future reference that you want details.
do to help you?
No,
No, okay.
you just have to get all the codes.
Just takes time.
It just
yeah.
takes time getting all the codes.
We'll get it figured out. Okay.
A variety of opportunities, so I just get some.
Let's do it.
Let me know when you get that. And I'll bring you that list.
We won't have to add that on the budget next year.
Okay. And that's 119 per employee?
I have to have two bonds, one for clerk and one for recorder.
Okay.
So, and then
$240.
it'll- like Lynn will only have to have clerk, Gina would have to have recorder, Christine would have to have clerk.
Okay.
But like I said, it's 4 years,
Okay.
so it's not every year.
I'm sure we all support that. There's no, I guess just make sure to get it clean for us to sign and get her the,
Well, I said, okay, I asked him if I could have like an invoice, and he said, well, you have to pay. But I think I can go on my state farm account and print it off to show,
okay,
to have something to sign with the claim, or to have something to show with the claim.
yeah. I see what you're saying.
Is that just a $10,000 bond?
10,000 for clerk and 10,000 for recorder.
I'm looking at her
Do you have
now.
my computer?
I think Jody had said hers was like $800.
Hers is $100,000 and it's $1,615. I'm looking at her.
Okay. So is that 800? I thought she said 800, but that's 1,600 for 4 years, I guess.
Yeah, it's good from 12/6 of 18 through 12/6 of 22. So.
Yeah, some of them in past years have paid them like each year, though it was budgeted, but maybe maybe you save a few dollars for doing it over 4 years, I don't know.
Mhm.
Makes it a little bit tougher this year, but next 3 years it won't be nothing.
Right.
Did you say $119?
119 each.
Let dog go, plus $7 a day for the feed time that we got. Well, the city does 10. Well, it's gonna want to change it from 7 to 10 because that's pretty well standard. It's easier for me, easier for me and John, either one, to keep it up, just $10 a day board feed. I've got it all wrote up here, but I haven't got it done yet. And on this rabies tags, we talked about it last year. We just ordered new tags, first year coming up. Other counties use anywhere from $2 to $5 a tag that the county gets for every tag that they sell. And both of them has already been told that may be in the coming.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to add, but that would have to be a separate ordinance added to this other ordinance. And I haven't got that drawn up yet, so that was what I was gonna come in here for, to get that done, and I can't really get it done today anyways. But I've been down, I guess you can hear, I've been down for a little over a week to the point where I've been able to get my head off the bed. So, actually, what I was in here to talk about, it's different, I thought I'd let y'all know, but that's
Hope
what
you're
it's
feeling
gonna be.
better.
Huh?
Hope you're feeling better.
I do too. I just come here and spread the word, spread all my germs around, everybody in here come get sick.
Yeah.
We sure appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad you got the job done.
Thanks, sir.
Been just been coughing on us.
Not really.
It's the resolution on the trustees that manages, gets properties and stuff that people didn't pay taxes and stuff on. That manages it for the county. You can just look through and see what it's written to.
Jason, wonder how many people picked up packets? Who gets this, you know?
No, I don't. It's so small, a lot of times.
It's like,
You can hardly see his name on there. Commissioner on there for a 2-year term. So if you want to do it for another 2 years,
Well,
or if Mr. Berger,
I tried to quit about a year ago,
yeah.
and turned my papers in, and they called me and told me that I couldn't quit till I could get a replacement.
Have you had any success at that?
And it has to be an elected official. No.
No.
Sign me up, man.
Okay.
I'm glad to stay.
So I'll make a motion to reappoint Gerald for 2 years to the Shawnee Development
I
Council.
second that.
And if I wasn't gonna get a second, I'm done.
Second that.
I could hardly get it out before Jeff said.
I knew where you were going with it.
Yeah.
We got that lady, Jeff.
Yeah, we got one more appointment to do here. Maybe Jeff wants to be on this board.
Okay.
My attendance record was not very good on this last board. They meet once a month on a Tuesday evening. I believe it's usually the second Tuesday of the month, because it conflicts with my night schedule. They meet at 6 o'clock, and usually it's about an hour and a half, 2-hour meeting. It's Southern 5 Regional Planning Board. So you got 5 counties, and they work with different counties to do some granting. Our local members is, I believe, Christy Stevenson's on there, and I believe Sue Sandusky's on there from Java.
Have missed a meeting.
Sue's attendance has been impeccable.
Right.
Mine is not.
All right.
Is that the one that you're 11 for 11 for?
Yes, yeah, I think it's 0. But I can continue to be on it and make a better effort, or if you want to be on it,
That's the thing, I think I had you say it's the second Tuesday?
I believe it's the second Tuesday.
What time do they meet, Dave?
I believe it's 6 p.m.
Oh.
And,
Too bad.
Used to meet up at Shawnee College, but now they built a new location that's next to the, I think there's a state police office right there at Olin, right
Over the jail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where they
Right
have.
in Tri-County? That may be my council meeting night.
Okay.
I really don't know. Off the top of my head, without, and I don't have any paperwork in front of me.
If y'all want to nominate me, I guess I can.
I'll nominate you for that job.
Second.
All right. Thank you, guys.
I'm on the-
Try to do a better effort there.
Yeah. Does that feed you down there, Joe?
No, we don't get all the perks you get, Gerald.
What are you gonna trade with? Trade with me?
I don't get food, nor do I get gas reimbursement.
Hurt.
So,
Maybe I'll stay where I'm at.
How much gas have you spent the last year down in the
I guess the last 11 months is 0. Yeah. Yes. It's a shame she didn't do 12 months. It might have been 1 out of 12. For some reason, she went 0 out of 11.
Well, as of right now, it is 0 for 12, because you missed another one since that's come out.
Who was it sent that letter?
What is her name? She's the manager. Which,
Can't remember her name.
well, when you don't see her for a year, it's
It's
hard
hard
to
to
remember.
introduce himself.
Yeah, when you don't see her for a year, it's hard to remember her name, right?
You got one. Oh, yeah, you got one. Have you studied it, Jason?
Well, yes. A few weeks ago, I guess, John Taylor came in and worked with Haley and I,
Yeah.
and we kind of went through the levy. And,
Have you got one from last year there with you?
yeah, we have a copy of 2017 here that was passed for 2018, and this is the new one. But kind of went through them, and what do you think, Haley? Is everything to your knowledge, is that all right?
Looks good to me.
And of course, this is just something we'll pass, and then the exact levy will be determined at a later date when she puts the numbers in with FICA and FICA. That's when she'll get it. She'll look at it and determine, make sure everything's right before we move forward. But I can go through each item, talk about what we've levied for 2019. Looks like for the state aid road, the levy is $173,000 to county. And then county unit road district tax, that was the one that Joe wanted us to change the title of the name to. And Haley was able to get that taken care of. That is now $285,000. And the levy for bridges is $87,000. Then Massac County Unit Road District is $87,000. And the federal aid matching taxes levies $87,000. Looks like general assistance, the levy will be $172,000. And the IMRF, Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund, is $300,000. And the levy for the Social Security, FICA, $200,000. The levy for Southern Seven County Health Department, $105,000. And the levy for workers, workman's compensation is $200,000. The levy for unemployment compensation, $15,000. The levy for liability insurance is $544,000. And the levy for Massac mental health is $172,000. And the levy for tuberculosis, TB, is $5,000. The levy for Massac County for general fund is $468,000. And as you noted on the bottom line there, we added for the auditors our renovation debt retirement payment of $190,000 that we're paying each year now until we get that loan paid off. And that's included in that $468,000. And then our extension education, 4-H, and then is $65,000. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much in line with last year, and I think the CPI, I think Gary Ham told us it was 2.1 is the consumer price index.
Yeah.
CPI, and I think the I think it's AUV or whatever the number is. It's 171,800,530 is the AUV for our county. It's a number represented on
Jason, that 190, debt retirement,
Yes.
did we borrow that money?
Huh?
Did we borrow that money?
Yeah, that's the money that we borrowed for the renovations of the courthouse, and that's our payment each year that we'll have to pay.
Okay, that's a payment.
Yes, $190,000. So,
Okay.
That's the one we just made a payment on.
yeah, we just made it, yeah,
Yeah.
We're taking it, just make sure that we make that payment each year. And so we just put that in there, so
That's
it's in there for the auditors. So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that it was noted somewhere. If y'all don't have any questions on the levy, I'll make a motion to present it as is.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Call roll, yeah, I'll just call roll if you want.
Do we need to sign one of these and give them to her?
Yeah. You can start with yours if you want. I'll sign it, pass it on, I'll sign it.
Roll call, Jason Farmer,
Yes.
Gerald Childers,
Yes.
and Jeff Ritter.
Yes. Everybody sign their own, or?
I just have to write it down here.
You just sign one if you want, and give it to them, and then she'll make us a copy that's with her information on it.
Just one signature per copy, or
You
all
can
of
just
them on
sign
one
that one.
copy?
You can just sign that one there, if you want, that one right there that you've got,
Yeah.
Jeff. And pass it to me and I'll sign it. We'll give it to her, you know, with it. It's got her signature on it. Here's ours. I don't think Quentin's coming in today, right? I mean, he kind of talked to
Who
us,
is?
Quentin Hilbrand.
Yeah.
He's done been in.
Okay, I mean, I know he just, he
He
wasn't
said he
coming back
wasn't,
with
he said he wasn't gonna be able to get it done today.
Okay.
What was he wanting?
About the, putting the fees up to
$10.
$10 and then the moderator's tax.
You want Chris to come up here now and talk to us before?
Might as well.
Yeah. Chris, if you want to come on up.
How's everybody doing?
Good, how are you, sir?
Alrighty, so, we'll start off, when we go into disaster mode, a lot of times, like cell phone towers, they get, and local landlines, that it gets congested. And it's hard to really make a phone call out. So we have, I've just got approved, last night I got an approval email from the Department of Homeland Security. We have what's called GITS and WPS. Basically, that means, once I get my login, I can put the county board members and all the emergency for public safety officials as a point of contact, and you'll have a certain card that you use. You type sort of sequence in on your phone, and when the towers are in high congestion, you'll have priority over everybody else during the time of disaster, and that's provided by the Department of Homeland Security. So I'm waiting on all that package to come in with all the details, my login information. Angel Tree wise, we have got all the gifts back, all 19 of the children. We are good to go. I'll be getting with Rita today to get the addresses and be delivering maybe trying to either this Saturday or early next week. Well, next week's Christmas, never mind. So it'll be Saturday or late this week sometime. That's the hand project Brian is working on. He's got a little bit more of a little bit left to do. Like I said, he's been working with the audiologist, forgot his name, over at the hospital. He's a
Mike
radio.
Hicks.
Yes, Dr. Hicks. So trying to finish that all up and get that all hammered out. So that's pretty much it for emergency management for this week. Switching gears to the IT wise, I know I come in here last week, was talking about the email part of it. For that, everybody was like, it was $1,500. To just do email right now for 10 users, 10 licenses, we can do it for right around $598, just for email only. That's hosted email, $598.
It's how many users?
10 users.
10 users.
598?
$598. I got that quote at the CDWG. They finally gave me access to do my own quoting instead of having to rely on somebody else to do it. So that is part of that. Other than that, I don't really have much anything else for emergency management wise this week. I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else or.
I don't know if you want to talk to them later and, you know, about your budget request.
We can do later after the meeting if you guys want to.
I'll shoot you a text and see if we got the time to do it.
Okay. All right, I'll be down in the office when I need it.
We're gonna open bids at 11, so we'll be tied up just for a few
Okay.
minutes.
All right. Yeah, just reach out to me. I'll be down in the office for a little bit today, trying to do some stuff. Get the shelter. Any questions for me?
Sure, so I got somebody doing some wiring down there in the office.
Yeah, doing some coax.
What's that?
That is for, I got two little DTA boxes for those two monitors I got down there, the Comcast, so we can be able to monitor different news outlets. So when we go into ELC mode.
That's pretty much it.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Have a look.
Is that something?
Jason, do you want to? Yeah, that's fine. For our record. Okay, so, excuse me. Spilled some coffee on my shirt driving this way, so. Okay, so the process is I'm gonna open up each envelope at a time. I'm gonna read the base bid amount, I'm gonna read the alternate amounts. We'll tabulate all the bid tabs at the end. I'll probably take the envelopes with me to Indianapolis. I will calculate the bottom two bidders. I'll present them to the owner will make a decision on who they wanna go with. All right, here we go. So first contractor is Heartland Mechanical Contractors. Okay, we have a base bid of $1,100,000. And there's a unit price, I don't think we had it listed on there, for removal of damaged insulation of $56.75 per square foot. For alternate one, the VRF alternate, there's a deduct of $90,000 from the base bid amount. So a deduct of $90,000. For alternate two, there's an add of $10,000. For alternate three, there's an add of $11,000. For alternate four, there's an add of $2,500. For alternate five, there's an add of $13,300. And then for alternate six, the painting of the exposed duct and piping and conduits, there's an add of $5,000. Okay. And again, I will review the submissions and make sure that all the required documents are submitted after this meeting. No, don't worry about that. Number two, and please excuse me if I mispronounce this, is Johannes Construction Incorporated? Johannes. Johannes. We have a base bid of $1,161,000. They submitted a unit price for the damaged insulation of $13 per square foot. They did not give a alternate number for alternate number one. For alternate number two, there's an add of $34,000. They did not provide a number for alternate number three. For alternate number four, there's an add of $3,500. For alternate number 5, there's an add of $26,000. And for alternate number 6, there's an add of $18,000. Last envelope. Baker McGee Commercial Construction, FAGER-MCGEE, Commercial Construction Incorporated. The base bid amount was $1,308,000. Alternate number 1, I'm sorry. They did submit a $75 a unit price for damage, insulation, and, for alternate number 1, there is a deduct of $54,000. For alternate number 2, there's a add of $11,100. For alternate number 3, there's an add of $12,200.
Can you go back to the alternate 2, is it 11,100?
Yes. Alternate number 3 was 12,200. Alternate number 4 is $2,600.80.
No, 0, 0.
00, oh, I apologize. I'm looking at 8. Okay. Alternate number 5 was 13,300.
You said the alternate 4 essentially.
Was 2,600. Alternate number 5, 13,300 of an add. And then alternate number 6 was an add of $22,200. That completes the bidding portion. So we can tally this up. I thank all the bidders, appreciate your time and efforts on this. We will probably notify the bottom 2 bidders in the next couple days and let you know who you are, and then please, there's a requirement for a substance suppliers list in the next 48 hours. If you could submit that to me via my email, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you, gentlemen, and ladies.
What all was included in those bids? I know we got the air, is that all included?
So there's,
What are we gonna do?
pretty much the full mechanical system. There's 2 new rooftop units on the roof. We're gonna put a steel structure for them.
Right,
Minor roof repair to the roof that we just put on there. Then we're gonna provide a chase down
right,
for the ductwork. We're gonna run ducts into most of the rooms, at least I think we're running a supply into the room. Either it's gonna be ducted or it's gonna go through the wall. We're gonna repair some of the finishes around the building because we can't capture all of them. It's just too much. Then there's some plumbing work, specifically there's one pipe that I think is causing your urinal issues.
yeah.
We're replacing
The
that.
wall.
Yeah, so we're gonna demo that wall, replace the pipe, rebuild the wall, repaint that side. There's some ceilings that will be provided by you guys, talking through Jason. So, once we lower the ceilings, we're looking at modifying the lights that you do have and basically attaching them to the underside of the ceiling. And then there's some plaster repair work, not a lot, but there's some. And
Electric panel.
there's one electric panel, but that's part of the alternate, so if you guys want to include that or not.
Yeah.
And so there's, the way the alternates were structured, because our bid, the first time was 1.7 million. We tried to rebid the system differently a little bit, but we also gave the contractors an opportunity to provide a different system. Now, because of the time constraints and just changing of the design completely, that's the way we bid it the way we did, where we put the design on the contractor themselves. So in some cases, you see there was a $90,000 deduction, I think the other one was 54. Yeah. So and the other alternates, if I recall correctly, so we're gonna remove the boiler completely. You guys wanted to see if we could add a service agreement. I don't remember if it was 1 year or 3 years. I think it was 3 years. So that was part of the mechanical specification. The electrical panel, the one that's
Large courtroom.
yeah, that's serving that courtroom, so we're gonna replace that. And then vestibule doors, one of the things that, as part of the mechanical upgrades, one of the things that you kind of want to do is have really good windows, good glass, and vestibules. So those double doors on the outside of the building, they actually serve a purpose most of the time. And unfortunately, because they're solid wood doors, the interior doors, you can't see past them, so they become a visual block. That way, that's why you guys keep them open all the time. Well, unfortunately, when you open up that exterior door, all that cooling or heating just rushes out of the building. And the way they're essentially located across from each other creates a cross ventilation, so it makes it even worse. So the intent is to replace those doors with something that has a light, that way you guys can keep closed, and then people don't bump into each other or don't open the doors.
Right.
So that's part of the alternate. And the last one we talked about in our pre-bid with Jason. They were asking if we could provide an alternate to paint all the exposed duct piping and conduits, because we didn't know the timeline on getting the ceilings in. So obviously it was something that you guys were going to provide, so there might be some lag one way or the other. So we wanted to see how much it would cost to paint all the exposed MEP systems. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
I realize that there's a lot of scope that's probably you guys wanted to include as part of this project. Unfortunately, and the numbers kind of represent that, you can't get everything with what we have. I think it's a good package. It'll definitely get you guys up and running, but you'll see plaster that still needs to be replaced. And that could be a project afterwards, something we can help you guys with, or something that you guys do on your own. But this is where we ended up. You guys have any other questions?
When will we know on the asbestos?
So the asbestos, I contacted a tester, the guy that recommended, that came over and sat down with you guys. I contacted his company twice. He was supposed to get me numbers last week. He hasn't done that yet. So I put Eric Wepland, who's the director of architecture, on it. So he called him, I think, late last week to see where that's going, but we don't have any hard numbers just yet. So we need to put a contract out for the abatement.
Do you have a ballpark number what that might be?
I'm hoping it's about $250,000. Because based on what we heard from when we went through the first bid of phase 2, one of the things that we found out is the abatement contractors were unavailable when we did the project. So they couldn't get numbers for the abatement work. So we had only one bidder because of that, Everett Strange, who are doing phase 1, which I'm glad I didn't see them today. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm really happy about that. But they, talking with them and then talking with Heartland, because Heartland was going to bid on the original phase 2, they thought that they couldn't get an abatement number, and so they were looking at like $500,000 for the abatement number. But I think that was hyperinflated because they didn't know they didn't have concrete scope at the time, so they just threw money at it. I think that was part of the reason the bid came at 1.7 the first time. I think the bids are more reasonable this time, but it's still higher than I thought it was going to be. Because talking with Heartland originally, they said that their original number was $900,000, like 923 or something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but it was just over $900,000. And you can see from this, it went up almost 150,000 over 6 months time. So I don't know how much of that is industry going up, how much of that is tariffs. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, on a lot of this work, I mean, can a lot of this stuff be performed over the winter time? I mean, this is a.
Yeah, this is all to be performed during the winter time. There's nothing, we're not doing any mortar work, we're not doing anything that would affect the envelope. The only thing that we will do is, when we set the steel, when that happen?
When did that happen?
About a month or 6 weeks ago. I mean, they've been notified on it. They've ordered it.
So when we set the steel for the 2 rooftop units, we'll have to penetrate the existing roof. So that was a product of splitting up the 2 phases into 2 phases because we did the envelope the first time.
Right.
We're going to do the mechanical in the second phase. So we will penetrate the roof, I think, at 4 or 6 locations. I don't remember. I think it's 6 locations. But the way we wanted to develop that scope is have the original contractor come out here. That way they can maintain everything. And their information was listed in the pre-bid and in the contract documents. But again, that kind of, those roof penetrations to demo the roof or in that area, remove the insulation, weld the steel or place the steel, then put the insulation back is maybe a day, maybe 2 days worth of work. So I don't think it will impact our envelope at all. So I don't see why they can't start doing the work.
For the record, I did climb up on the roof, walked all the way around, and it's done.
Yeah.
Not like I didn't believe you, Jason,
Yeah.
Every time I come, I always climb up there, I just
Yeah.
want to see it from home too
I
high.
think that gentleman did a really good job.
I do too.
Yeah, and they seemed very knowledgeable during the first pre-bid. They seemed very forthcoming. So if they, and unfortunately, I don't know if they supplied a subcontractor's bid for any one of the primes. I think last time, and the company escapes my mind right now, they provided a number for Heartland. So they did the sheet metal work for Heartland. So Heartland acted as the prime contractor and there was a subcontractor for a number of them. I'm sure the numbers are not as good as you guys hoped they would be, but I don't know what else we can cut, unless we start talking about scope, taking scope out. Which I think at that point, we would have to decide which rooms when you get direct heating and cooling.
Be a tough decision to make there.
Well, and the one thing in my experience too, and I've got a lot of jobs going on, I mean, a lot of jobs, you know, especially all over Indiana and there's several in Illinois and Kentucky, but we're finding these prices are going up drastically. I mean, it's just the economy, there's not enough skilled trades out there. It's very common to see a 10 to 15% bump. I mean, they can charge the money, they can't get, I'm doing a jail now in Greene County, which is about 60 miles north of where we're from, and the job is going absolutely perfect except for the brick and the blocks. They can't find people to lay brick. There's just not enough skilled trade out there to get the job done.
That's what happened in Hamilton County. We took the whole building, basically is all done except the brick.
Right.
It was a 6 or 7 months lead time for brick.
Yeah. But it's that common, you know, whether it's it's heating, air conditioning, AC, electrical, but it's just a skilled trade. There's not enough skilled trades out. Big shortage.
All right.
What are you thinking?
Wish it was cheaper.
Yeah.
Kind of know how much we have left and it's gonna get tight. So,
Now, keep in mind that the base bid includes $100,000 of contingency. Last time we only included 50. So there's a lot of unforeseens that should be part of the project already. So I don't think there should be anything more than that. But like you said, there's some scope that's in your wheelhouse as well, so. And ceilings, although they're not too expensive per square foot price, there's a lot of square footage there.
The board's trying to make some decisions on that to get someone, have them on staff here to do some of this.
And
work.
here's the other thing we can do. If you want to award a contract and then start sitting down with them and saying, okay, how much can we take out of this contract? You could do that as well. Because we can start value engineering some stuff. And local contractors might have some suggestions that we haven't thought about.
Guess just, like you said, work on the bottom two, get that information to us.
Yep.
We'll go from there.
Does anybody else have any questions, concerns, thoughts?
We're gonna do a little check on the background of these lower two, see
Yep.
how their history's been on getting stuff done in a timely
So
manner.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all this, I'll scan it in, I'll identify and make sure that they have the bond, the bid form, and all that required information. Then I'll just send you the envelopes. That way you guys have them, unless you want me to keep them.
Yeah, you can keep them.
Okay.
Yeah, either that or probably maybe while I'm up there, maybe I can drive them down to
Yeah,
them.
we could do that as well.
You know,
What do you think, Jeff? Anything there? No? Gerald, you got any other questions?
No.
All right, I guess we're done then.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Guys, always nice to come down and visit with you.
Man, come in.
Jeff, it's a pleasure to meet you. Congratulations being on board.
Thank you.
I'm a past commissioner myself, so I know what it's like to have those shoes on.
When'd you graduate SIU?